Aries, welcome to your timeless reading. This is the first of your timeless readings. I was inspired to do these when I bought this amazing deck called Luminous Humanness Oracle Cards. They're really, really amazing, and they're about how we can bring more of our higher selves into our daily life, as in the title, Luminous Humanness. And so I was inspired to do the readings by sign. So I pulled a card from that deck, and the card that came out was Whoosh. Very interesting card. So I mean, if you look at the image, it looks like there's a wind blowing you from the back, right? And in my mind, whenever I think of wind, I think of spirit. So spirit is coming and basically being the wind behind your back and basically whooshing you to the next, to the part that where you should be, right? You have your own unique gifts, your own skills, etc. And what the universe is doing is it's moving you to where you need to be. So giving you that support, but really it's a huge gust of wind that's coming from spirit. Whoosh. And if you look at the expression actually on her face, it's an expression of joy. So you're being moved somewhere amazing by spirit. At the bottom of the deck is this card, Inescapable Bliss. And if you've watched my readings before, you'll know that I use the card at the bottom of the deck as the theme. So another amazing card, Inescapable Bliss. And as you can see, she's just soaking it all in. And if I look at, where she is, it's almost like she's not on earth, right? She's surrounded by crystalline structures. So it goes very hand in hand with this whoosh. So you are being influenced by spirit, moving you to where you need to be, giving you the support, right? You're not quite sure where you'll land, but hopefully you're joyful. And inescapable bliss. When I think of inescapable bliss, the word inescapable makes me think of the fact that it makes me think of the word inseparable as well. So you can't escape it. It's always yours, this bliss that comes from spirit. It's always available at any time. Now, you might not necessarily be feeling like these cards at the moment, and that's basically what the reading will be about. Or you may be curious as to what does this have to do with who you are, and how exactly can you find yourself in bliss, and what is this wish that's coming from spirit from you. So for that, I pulled 3 archetype cards as usual. So I'm going to do a pick a card because even though you all Aries, and I forgot to mention that really my intention is to read for Aries ascendant. If you're an Aries sun, that's also okay, but primarily I read for the ascendant. And although you're all Aries ascendants, you have different experiences and you're at different parts of your journey. And so I've got 3 different archetype cards here. And you can use your intuition to pick a story or to pick an archetype, and then we'll develop that story and see what does spirit have to say to you. Now you can use your intuition and choose either card 1, 2, or 3, left, right. Left, middle, or right? So 1, 2, or 3, or you may decide to use both your intuition, your right hand brain, as well as your left side of your brain. And I can show you what the archetypes are, and then you can choose from there using both sides of both hemispheres of your brain. So if you want to use just your intuition, you can pause now and skip ahead to the timestamp for the card that you've chosen. Otherwise, I will reveal the cards now. So the first card, the first archetype is Gambler. So does this resonate to you? Do you feel more like a gambler? Or perhaps this could be an archetype that you are embodying, or it could be an archetype that someone around you is embodying. Do you feel like the Samaritan? Or do you feel like the destroyer? Or do you feel there's parts of you that are the destroyer? So the idea with the archetypes is that we all embody these archetypes at some point in our lives. And so whichever archetype actually resonates with you right now, you may actually feel that more than one actually resonates with you, because we're all multidimensional. So you can choose and listen to the readings according to what feels best for you. So if you've chosen your archetype, I will then start with the first archetype, the Gambler. Okay, hi, so you chose Gambler. So if we think about the archetype of Gambler, let me just bring it up. I'll just read what's on the card. So light attribute is a willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. And the shadow attribute is relying on luck rather than hard work. I don't often look at the images in these cards, but it was quite, it stood out to me, this image of a man blindfolded and sort of moving forward. It's funny because it seems like he's also being pushed forward, right? Almost like this whoosh card. He looks like maybe there's some wind, and if you look at the stars, so it feels like I'm really getting the feeling and the sense that this is spirit moving you forward by using your intuition. The gambler archetype also can be someone who's like an entrepreneur, someone who really relies on the intuition, and someone who likes to move at a faster speed, right? Is not necessarily waiting for the results to come like in normal time. They're wanting to fast forward, but in the shadows end of it, right? Like we said, relying on luck rather than hard work. So this could be someone who is probably more fond of shortcuts. Maybe they've got a compulsion or an obsession with shortcuts without putting in the work. But I think in terms of our reading here, and with the cards that are on the table, this feels more like someone who's using their intuition to move forward, who's allowing the universe to guide them and in moving forward, right? So I pulled 3 cards from the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle, and the first card that came out was the Dream Redirection. Redream this situation. So for me, if I look at this, and you know, we spoke about it's someone who's willing to take a risk, someone who's willing to take a chance, someone who's using their intuition. There's something that's telling you that it's time to re-evaluate, look at the situation. Perhaps it's time for a change. And perhaps it's time to go for that big dream that you've been putting aside and, you know, being unsure whether to go with it or not. Life in itself, right, is a dream. And you could have, you are your own writer, your own director, your own wardrobe consultant, and really it's up to you to rewrite the script, right, and to decide where do you want your life to go. But this really seems like a call to change. There's something that needs redirection in your life. And that actually speaks very well to this whoosh, right? So something, you're being redirected in some way. And The next card actually clarifies this a bit more, because it says, say yes to your higher calling. Be a human, exclamation mark. Interesting, right? So say yes to your higher calling. So that's really what's calling to you. There is something that is calling to you. This is why you need this redirection, right? And that's why it means you need to pack lightly, because this is what has happened to you, or this is what is about to happen to you, right? You're about to be moved by spirit to the place where you need to be. And really, it's up to you to say yes and to follow that higher calling and to follow your intuition, right? What did I want to say? I've kind of lost my train of thought now. But when you speak about saying yes to the higher calling, it necessarily means that you're not holding on to a lot, right? You pack lightly, you're ready to go, so that spirit can move you. So that might not be so easy to say yes to this higher calling, because there might be baggage, there might be things that keep you where you are. But I would expect that as the gambler that you are, right, the person who follows their intuition, that this would not be such a difficult decision for you, unless of course it means perhaps doing something in a different way than you would do it normally, in which case it's going to be a little bit hard to trust and to allow the universe to blow you where you need to be. The last card coming out of the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle is Trip the Light Fantastic, Dance with the Universe. So, I mean, very much going hand in hand, and this card actually came out yesterday for Pisces, but very much going hand in hand with this wish card, right? So you're dancing with the universe, you're allowing the universe to move you where it needs to move you. This woman in this image actually looks like she's in a trance, and she's transmitting, she's listening in, right? And then moving accordingly with this with the messages that are coming from above. That's really amazing. So it's up to you then to say to say yes to the higher calling, and to allow the universe to move you. And if you do, right, if you do allow this to happen, our theme, inescapable bliss, you're going to be reminded, and you're going to see, because sometimes we're not aware of the state of bliss that we actually are perpetually in, until the universe comes in to remind us and to show us. And especially in these moments where we are forced, right, well, forced, I guess, to abandon our cozy corner of the universe, what we're used to, and to say yes to another calling, especially in those moments when we really are moving into the unknown. We normally will find that at the end of that road, if we follow that intuition, if we say yes to the higher calling, at the end of the road is inescapable bliss. So really, this is an encouragement for you to allow to be the gambler, right? Especially when it comes to the universe, you know that you're following your inner intuition, and you're going and you redirecting your life, and you're dancing with the universe. That's an amazing reading. So just to close it off, I pulled this card from the Sufi Wisdom Oracle. It says determination, perseverance leads to fortune. So interesting. Perseverance leads to fortune. So if I think about fortune and I think about bliss, it sounds like, and I think about gambler, right? It sounds like exactly what you're looking for. So I'm going to read this from the book. Determination, perseverance leads to fortune. So It says, "Dear one, listen to the oracle and give up wondering how to find your place in life. Follow your calling like it's the North Star guiding you in every pursuit of life." So listen to the oracle, give up wondering how you're going to find your place in life. Follow your calling like it's the North Star guiding you in every pursuit of life. As you faithfully pursue your desires, a way will open and you will be guided to other opportunities and blessings even beyond your dreams. There are many people who excel in the arts, athletics, music, and speech. Some can achieve success in life, but too many of those gifted and able people do not endure and fail to achieve their potential. In contrast, some less visible men and women work diligently, pursue further, and continue their course of action to become outstanding in their craft. So this is very interesting because perhaps you have normally been more of a gambler, been more of someone who uses your intuition, take the risk, but it seems like the advice here is to follow your calling, but also I think this dream redirection, right, is to say perhaps the calling is to do things differently to how you've done it before. It sounds like it's going to need more of endurance and hard work, perhaps. It won't necessarily be whoosh and you end up at the right place and everything is perfect. There is something that is needed from you in order to achieve your goal, in order to realize this inescapable bliss. So the mantra for this card is, "I am determined to persevere and live my life filled with trust, patience, determination, and tender affection. So be it." It's a lovely reading for you, Aries, the gambler. I hope this reading resonated with you. If you did enjoy, please like, share, and subscribe. I do personal readings. All the details are in the box below. If this is where you leave me, cheerio. See you next time. Hi, Aries. You would have chosen the Samaritan. So the Samaritan, the light attribute, is that it refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. And the shadow attribute is exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. It sounds like having an ulterior motive for being a good Samaritan. But the light attributes is basically helping others even if it's not convenient for you, or even if it means sacrifice for you. When I think of this archetype, it makes me think of the martyr, right? So the martyr is kind of similar in terms of the self-sacrifice and the service that is mixed with suffering for others or for a cause, or suffering in order to redeem others. So this might resonate with you. You might be someone who's actually who helps others even to your own detriment, perhaps. That actually rings a bell. Most of us, especially as empaths, most of us find ourselves in that situation. So what is the universe saying to you? I mean, whoosh. So let's see, what does this mean for you? I pulled 3 cards from the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle to clarify further what the message is for you. And the first card that came out is, "What would your higher self do? You are divinity in blue jeans." So this is amazing. I really like this card, especially the part, "You are divinity in blue jeans." So what would your higher self do? You are divinity in blue jeans. We have a part of us, right, that is the higher self, that is with us all the time, and it's up to us in every moment to think about, you know, how would I handle this moment if I was being my higher self, or if I was asking my higher self, right? You can see it as inner guidance. But I really think if we bring it back to the reading, you know, as the Samaritan, as someone who likes to perhaps overgive, perhaps over sacrifice, what would my higher self do? What is the best in this situation? What is the outcome that is best for all, right? So not just for the people involved, but for yourself as well. I think this card actually, if I think about, you know, what your higher self would do, the higher self is always in balance. So especially when I think about martyrdom, you know, is that what your higher self would do? Is that what your higher self would want? That you overgive and perhaps over-sacrifice to your own detriment? Because actually that puts you in a position where you aren't able to help anyone else if you yourself have not looked after yourself. So what would your higher self do? Second card that came out was be reborn daily. Let go of the past and breathe in your new incarnation. So this is talking about being rebirthed. And again, I think, you know, this is a choice point for you. Is, do you want things to continue as they have been? Or do you want to change? Do you want to be reborn? And if you do choose that, you have this opportunity to embody more of your higher self, to help you to balance this out, this archetype of being a Samaritan, right? But it's up to you. You don't have to carry the world on your shoulders. And this is an opportunity to reset, to decide what it is that you want. And you've got all the support that you want from your higher self and from the spirit realm as well. The last card that came out is celebrate the sacred gap. Give thanks for buffer time. Okay. So I think celebrate the sacred gap. Again, I think for me, this makes me think of evaluation. It's time to evaluate and to see whether what you've been doing has actually been working for you, right? Is it for the best for everyone involved? Because, you know, sometimes when you overgive, it's actually to the detriment of those that you're giving, or those that you're sacrificing for. Or even when you overdo it, when you're not balanced with this archetype, you can fall into shadow. You can realize, and if you take the time, right, to evaluate, and you take the time, you use this buffer time, you can actually figure out that, perhaps I give and I expect something in return when I give. And you'll see that that's not really a balanced way. That's not really this archetype in the light. So what you've been given is an opportunity by the universe to reevaluate. You've got your higher self ready to support you here, and you're able to rebirth yourself and do this differently, right? And as we said, this is the universe giving you that whoosh, okay? You're on the right track, but you just need to be a little bit more balanced about it. And when you do that, because what you'll find if you're not balanced, you'll find that despite the fact that you are being a good Samaritan, right, you're not happy. So if you are balanced and you do take this advice, then what you will get is this inescapable bliss. That's how you know. In fact, the inescapable bliss is always there, as I mentioned before, but you'll realize it, you will feel it, you will know how you are in inescapable bliss in every moment. Now, to close off the reading, I pulled a card from the Sufi Wisdom Oracle. The card that came out was move forward, experience the grace of who you truly are. Very, very nice. So experience the grace of who you truly are. It makes me think of this card. Be reborn daily, right? Who are you really? Aside from this archetype of being a giver, right? Of feeling other people's feelings, perhaps. Who are you, really, when it's just between you and you, or you and your higher self? I'm going to read what it says in the book to wrap the reading. Okay. Move forward. Experience the grace of who you truly are. So it says, the time has come for you to become aware of the inner glow that is calling you into your place in the world and who you are becoming. Your path is now guiding you into a greater consciousness, a greater ability to respond to all that is around and within you. This is a beautiful revelation that will soon flower into the discovery of a new creative life. Be ready to experience the everyday as if you are seeing it for the first time. So if I look at this so far, it's talking about this rebirth. There's actually, this is what the universe is actually pushing you, blowing you towards, is becoming greater than just the Samaritan. It's becoming more of who you really are, right? So I'll continue. Dear one, now you are ready to move forward and manifest your ideas and plans. Let go of the need to be in control and become less rigid. While it is necessary to have a vision and direction, it's also important to be flexible in your approach to getting there. By going with the flow, you will reach your destination in a far more relaxed state than if you keep trying to resist it. Rumi has come to encourage and empower you to stop playing it safe, to wake up and live your own dreams, bloom into new horizons and change. So the mantra is, I am moving forward with a determination to realize my hopes and dreams. I do this with a deep certainty and an inner knowing that I will reach every goal I set and will achieve every aim. So I hope that resonated with you. Put it in the right place. I hope that resonated with you. I hope you were able to get something empowering from this reading. If you did enjoy, please like, share, and subscribe. I do personal readings. All the details are in the box below. And if this is where you leave me for today, thank you for joining me, Aries. I'll see you next time. Hi, Aries. So you chose the card number 3, the Destroyer. Light attributes are releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life. And the shadow attributes are intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So this is a very powerful archetype, actually, because it speaks about, it's about creation and destruction, right? It's about destruction and reconstruction. So destroying in order to build anew, as it's saying. So preparing for a new life. So you might be someone who either, in fact, before I go there, the first thing that I thought about was Pluto, right? So the card that has, the planet of radical transformation that destroys in order to build anew. So almost like the phoenix, actually. If you look at the picture again here, the volcano. So the volcano has the potential to destroy, but in the wake of that, right, it brings new fertile land. It becomes new fertile land, so it is preparing for a new life. So you might resonate with this powerful archetype, or there might be someone around you who has this archetype. So the question is, what does that have to do with Spirit's message of whoosh, right? Being moved, being given that gust of wind. Okay, so to clarify further, I pulled 3 cards from the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle, and the first card that came out was, you are invited. Suit up, show up, and open up. So there you go. I mean, if for clarification, it's the most straightforward sort of clarification, because you are invited with your power that you have, with your skills, with your talents, with your gifts, and your sense of adventure. You are being invited. You are being pushed or given that gust of wind, because you are invited to go on the hero's journey. You're invited to learn more of yourself, more than what you knew was available for yourself. You're invited to take the leap, right? It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You've won the golden ticket, and it's time for you to go on that adventure. And as with all adventures, when you go on the adventure, you might come across some challenges or some dragons that need slaying. And the next card is Ally in Disguise. Discover the hard to find blessing. So as you go on this journey, so I mean, Spirit is playing open cards with you, as it were. You're invited to go on this journey. It's time to suit up, right? But know that on the journey, you're going to come across some challenges, and you're going to come across some dragons. And these are actually going to be your allies in disguise. So you're being told in advance that as you go, these trials and challenges are going to actually result in your spiritual growth. And you're being told in advance so that you recognize them, because that's where you're going to be built up, and that's where you're going to gain your wisdom at the end of the journey. So that's what the wish is about for you. The wish for you is about being invited to go on this journey, and knowing that on the journey it's not going to be easy, but realizing that whatever happens is going to be for your highest good, because Spirit is behind it. It's going to lead you to this inescapable bliss, or lead you to the recognition to realize that you're always safe and that Spirit has always got your back. The last card that came out of the hero's journey was Plant Seeds of Intention. Go, grow, glow. So you've been told, you've been given the invitation for the journey. You've been told what to expect on the journey. And now is the time for you to plant the seeds of intention. Look deep inside you. Who do you want to be? Who have you always, what have you wanted to do? Look past the conditioning that you perhaps have from your childhood, or even from society, what other people think you should be doing. Release all of that. Use this power of yours, right, of being able to destroy, to release the attachments, to destroy conditioning that actually is no longer serving you. Release all of that and set new intentions. So prepare for a new life. So this goes really, really, really well with what your strength is, if you resonated with this destroyer. Your strength is in breaking down the barriers and moving forward. And so now is the time for you to plant the seeds of intention. You've been given the invitation. You've been told what to expect. And now is the time for you to plant the seeds of intention. And how you can plant those seeds of intention, you can make the declaration of what it is that you want to be, or what it is that you want to accomplish. And I mean, there's various ways of finding what that is for you, right? You probably already know this, even if it's not in your conscious mind. If I always talk about the importance of silence, whether we're talking literal silence or symbolic silence. So maybe literal silence as in meditation, or symbolic silence like prayer. So going within and finding out what exactly is it that you are being, where's the invitation for you? What are you being invited? Where are you being invited to grow and to be bigger, right? And to go on this journey. by Spirit. And if you do go on the journey, well, firstly, I mean, it's an invitation, but quite clearly, Spirit is, you've got the wind behind your back. You're going to have the support that you need so that you can actually find this inescapable bliss. I really love this for you. But this is a very powerful archetype. So you are able to attain that dream that you have. And actually, you do have the power to create. If you can destroy, you can create. That's exactly what this archetype talks to. Now, the final card that I pulled was from the Sufi Wisdom Oracle, and it is the card, Do Not Be Frustrated, Let Go and Feel Peaceful. So, do not be frustrated, let go and feel peaceful. So, perhaps you are kind of feeling a little bit restless at the moment, but that's because you've been given this invitation to go on the journey. So let go and feel peaceful. Let go and go on the journey is what Spirit is saying to you. So I will read this from the book to wrap up the reading. Do not be frustrated. Feeling unusually frustrated and irritable is an indication that you are burned out. Your body may be overwhelmed from life stresses, and you may be missing love and excitement in your love. Hafiz refers to this state as the winds of fall in the meadow of life. This is when we are tempted to run away from others and hide in our own bubble. We forget about the physical, social, and spiritual resources available to us. Hafiz comes as the oracle to help you recognize, let me hold this up, that there will never be a time when life is simple. You will find peace of mind only when you accept there's no need to yearn, envy, or grab for what you want. Every moment is a chance to simply let go and feel composed and peaceful. Let that be your centering renewal. So there's never going to be a time where that's the right time to actually go on this journey, to actually, go for this dream. But in order for you to be peaceful, you have to say yes. At least that's what I think. You have to say yes to this journey, to this invitation. Spirit is behind you, is moving you to where you need to be. So the mantra is, I am letting go of what disturbs me and causes me pain. I'm determined to overcome the challenges that leave me feeling stuck, frustrated, and hopeless. I will be more open to my heart and to experiencing the joy of life. So that is the end of your reading. I hope that resonated with you, and that you got some empowering messages from Spirit, and that you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I do offer personal readings. My details are in the box below. This is the end of your reading. I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.